Rob, what's
And
going
it'll
on,
be about
folks?
2nd down and 6, 2nd and 7.
Love Patrick Taylor in this offense with what he brings, and it's a different element. He's a bigger back in terms of his size. He's 6'2", he's close to 220 pounds. He's had a nice NFL career with the Packers in here, and he's just going to get you 4 yards in a cloud of dust. He has been very decisive here in training camp, and like a lot of guys on this team, he is going to have to be a core special teams player, and he is good in that department.
And that's him. Niners are in the red zone, which is one of the keys when you look back at last season. Jones.
All right,
And
so
out of the backfield,
I missed
and
the
it'll
very
bring up
beginning,
3rd
but
down.
it looks like the 49ers backups.
And the offensive line, when you talk about, I mean, these guys are going to, probably all be backups with the exception of Barch at left guard. I anticipate he'll probably be in there week 1, as I said earlier. But this Denver unit now, 63 sacks for them last year. That was a franchise record. Zach Allen, all these guys inside, Cooper on the outside, Benito, they are going to bring it to you.
Mac Jones hands it off, and Taylor is going to get very near the line to gain.
Whatever it might
and
be.
just shy, the officials indicating it's 4th down here in the Toyota red zone.
We'll have an interactive
and the Niners look like
watch party with you
it.
guys. Tyler, you might have to turn the TV commentary down. Oh, you know what I have to do?
Well, Carl Cheffers, our white hat, 3-time Super Bowl.
That should be better. Let me know if that turned it off. I think I had to turn off the desktop audio. I think that should be fixed. I appreciate the heads up there, folks. I believe it's fixed now. Let me know if it's not. So how did the 49ers move down the field so quickly? I got delayed turning the game on because I had to find one of these stupid websites that I could watch it on because my TV's out. Bad timing to have your TV go out, huh? Mac Jones marching down on this vaunted Denver Broncos defense. That's not good. What do you guys think about this Hawkeye technology? Every other sport's had it for about 10 years. NFL's behind. I'm telling you, people are going to miss the chain gang, though. They're going to miss it. They act like they don't like it, but everybody likes seeing the old men walk out there, stretching the chains, got the dramatic factor, the referee going first down. You guys are going to miss that, I'm telling you. You want technology until you miss nostalgia. Long bomb over McMillan. Jeez. Be interesting to see how much Sean Payton plays as starters tonight. Kyle Shanahan chose not to play his guys, although I think he said there's going to be a handful of starters that did play. That 49ers team is banged up like they always are. There's never been a team more snake-bitten than the San Francisco 49ers. They've got more injuries year in and year out. Sean Payton's playing his guys. You know, it used to be it was the same across the board on every team in the NFL when we had 4 preseason games. Let's see what happens here. Wow. Well, that's not good. Riley Moss got caught up way too far inside on that one. He can't lose the outside contain. See, Talanoa's got that D gap. Riley Moss has got to keep contained. He cannot lose that. I mean, the defensive end's got to keep contained also, so it's on the defensive end as well. Or the edge rusher. Anyways, I was starting to say, it'd be interesting to see how much Sean Payton plays as starters in this game. It used to be universal league-wide when we had 4 preseason games. First game, the starters would play 1 series, maybe 2 series. If you march down the field, you're an offensive player, you scored on your first series, then your coach would usually pull you out, take your helmet off, take your pads off, you're done for the day. Second game, you'd usually go out there, you'd play 1 half of football. Third game, you'd usually go out there, you'd play the first half, go through halftime, come out, play one series in the third quarter, and then you'd usually be done. And then for the fourth preseason game, the starters wouldn't play at all. That was universal. It was almost league-wide. Every single coach did the exact same thing. But now with only 3 preseason games, every coach has got a different philosophy. Andy Reid is playing his starters for a whole quarter. Cincinnati Bengals never play their starters, and they're playing their starters. Sean Payton's playing his guys. Will he play them one series? Will he play them 2? I guarantee you, well, I can't guarantee it, but I would imagine Vance Joseph is going to want to see his unit go out there and have at least one more series. Yeah, the greatest defense didn't look so great, did it? Hopefully my broadcast isn't too far behind you guys. Luckily, I got accustomed to this during the Nuggets days for a while there, as did the rest of us. I think if I were a head coach in today's NFL, I'd play the starters a little bit in every single game. I don't know that I'd play them entire half in any game. So I might have them go 2 to 3 series in every single game because there's just not enough time to get these guys prepped. And then what's different now with the 3 preseason games versus the 4 is that after that third preseason game, you've got a 2-week break before week 1, whereas previously you would go straight into game week. So you've got a full extra week to rest and recuperate if you have to. I mean, that being said, if somebody's got a hangnail, I'm not playing them. I didn't notice. I assumed Dre Greenlaw wasn't out there. See, he could have taken a knee there and he would have got it at the 35. But preseason football, players are trying to make plays. They're trying to make the roster. All right, well, let's see how this offense looks. Offense has been struggling for the most part throughout training camp. They've been getting dominated by the Denver Broncos defense. We'll see how they look in live action here. Offensive line has not been great early on in preseason. They've got a lot of hype this year. Most rankings have them ranked as the best offensive line in the NFL, and in training camp, they have not looked like that. They've been giving up a lot of pressure on Bo Nix. He's been running for his life. That's a little interesting. So RJ Harvey gets the first carry. I would assume that J.K. Dobbins is going to be your starting running back day 1, but RJ Harvey gets the first crack at it. I would think they're going to want to get RJ Harvey quite a few carries in these preseason games. Well, you can watch it on one of these websites that I found like I did, Casey. I'm sure you're smart enough to figure it out. Troy Franklin has looked better in training camp this year, so good to see him get involved early on. Oh, that's a hell of a ball. That was a great ball from Bo Nix. Couldn't have put that in a better spot. Not the easiest catch in the world for Cortland, but he's going to want to come down with that. Good little run from R.J. Harvey there. One thing you guys are going to notice about the Broncos running game this year, it's going to look a little bit different than it did last year. They're running a whole lot more outside zone like they did right there. Oh, gosh, who was that coming out of the backfield at the fullback spot? Was that Michael Burton? Or was that a tight end? Whoever that was a hell of a block. The Broncos are featuring more outside running because that's what R.J. Harvey is accustomed to in college. He was an outside zone guy. Previously, they'd been an inside gap team, a lot of power, a lot of duo, stuff like that. And I think you're going to see the running game look more similar to a Mike Shanahan offense than it did last year. Get a flag. Good job for Bo Nix there, escaping the pressure. Almost made a play. All right, Broncos get lucky. They extend the drive here, but that was not going to be good. That was more or less a 3 and out, even though they got one first down there. Yeah, he's got a better arm than most people think. Shot play. Are we going to go downtown? No, we're going to check down to J.K. Dobbins. Broncos were trying to get down the field on that one. Second and 6. They might run the ball here, try to get an easy 3rd and 3, something like that. They're going kill at the line of scrimmage. Bo doesn't like what he sees. Harvey's got the speed, so that's why you're going to see him try to get that outside corner. Ran a 4.440. We'll see if his football speed translates the same as his track speed or not. But in theory, it might make – I love Jaleel McLaughlin, but with the speed that R.J. Harvey has, if he's as fast as he's billed to be, it might make Jaleel's job a bit redundant. All right, convert a 3rd down here. Nope. Well, all in all, that was a pretty ugly drive for the Broncos. They extended it because of a penalty. Bo did have a really nice throw to Cortland Sutton that Cortland probably should have come down with. If Cortland comes down with it, you feel a little bit differently about the drive, but that's not what you want to see from your starting offense with the backup defense out there for the 49ers. Oh, great. Oh, great. Well, we're getting our butts whipped by the JV team. I'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Was the NFL Plus app working? Because when someone says they subscribed for this game, it was weird. When I logged into the NFL Plus app, they didn't have the Broncos game on. I'm going to check again. Because I'm on some stupid, sketchy website right now. Probably giving me 12 viruses. See, when I go to the NFL Plus, it's got the Broncos 49ers game as audio only. What is going on? But it shows audio only. Whatever. I'll use my sketchy website. The problem is I'm so far behind you guys on this website. God bless it, man. This is not good. I honestly thought the Broncos were going to come out on cruise control. Going up against the backups, we got all our starters in. I expected this to be on cruise control. Oh, it's because I'm in the market? Well, that's stupid. There you go, Nick Benito. You don't want to put a tight end on Nick Benito. That's not what you want. Nick's the next man up for the contract. Cortland Sutton got his contract. Zach Allen got his contract. Sean Payton said that Nick Benito's the next man up. I wouldn't expect any news on a contract with Nick Benito anytime soon, though. First off, he's going to want Micah Parsons to get his deal done so he could reset the market. And then that's going to be a tough deal because Nick Benito is going to want $30, $35 million per year, and I'm not sure if the Broncos are ready to give that to him yet or not. Oh, there he goes again. All right, well, this is better. Poor left tackle was a second late. He had no chance. All right, 3rd and 17. Certainly we can get off the field on this. Nick Benito 3 times in a row? Jeez. Yeah, that left tackle might get cut tomorrow. All right, well, that was a better outing for this Denver Broncos defense. That might be it. And Nick Benito looks like he's a little hobbled up. Excuse me, it looks like he was a little banged up. That could be it for this Broncos defense on the night. 2 series. 1 series wasn't good. 2nd series was. That might be it for him. Hopefully we get another series just for our own interest, but once the starters get out, I'm not going to lie, these games do get pretty boring. Oh, we just had a commercial. We don't need another. That first drive for the Niners was horrifically bad for VJ. I'm reading between your typos there. All right, now we got to get the offense going. You don't want to end a preseason game pulling the starters without any success. It's a weird year out there at training camp, man. There's no positional battles going on. Running back's about the only battle. You know, it's going to be a tough year to find an underdog, to find a undrafted rookie who's like the Cinderella story. There is one guy, number 39. I think his name's, gosh dang, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Is it Joaquin Davis, I think? He's been turning heads out there, doing a good job at the wide receiver position. But, you know, the rooms are just so crowded. I would not expect very many undrafted rookies to make the team this year. Gosh, all these stupid pop-ups from this website. All right, boys, let's go on offense. Or not. Or let's overthrow RJ Harvey on the dump off. That's Bo Nix's guy. He knows he's hot on him. He knew he was hot on him. He just didn't get a good pass. Unlike Anthony Richardson, who got crushed, and everybody was like, oh, why didn't you block that guy? Because it was empty protection. It was the QB's guy. Hey, dude. Dude, where's my car? Wow, this offense sucks. And we suck again. Make a third down conversion, Bo. Your coach said you're a top 5 QB, Bo. Wow. Step up in the pocket. Don't pull a Russell Wilson. He pulled a Russell Wilson there, and he's dumb. Bo Nix, you didn't get out of the pocket. That's absolutely intentional grounding. It's absolutely a safety. Come on, dude. Bo's got to be smarter than that. First off, don't just roll out to your left like that. Step up into the pocket. Look at this. Let's see if I'm wrong or not. I think he could have easily stepped up into this thing. Step up and deliver it. He's got to know that. Keep him in. Keep the starters in now. You didn't earn the right to get pulled out of the game. You got to earn the right to get pulled out. Actually, Bronco Burger, the pressure came off the edge. I don't want to be a jerk about it, but, you know, if you're going to be sarcastic, get it right. Oh. Bonehead move from Bo. Bonehead move from Bo. Be better, Bo. This is why you don't yap if you're Sean Payton talking about this is a Super Bowl team. Bo Nix is a top 5 QB, yada, yada. Let the guys go out there and earn their keep. I'm serious, though. I think the defense, I think the starters are probably done for the night. Best guess. I would not pull the starters on offense. You didn't earn the right to get pulled out of this game. How worried should we be about Sean Payton? Not very. Sean's a good coach, man. He knows what he's doing. He's hard-headed. He's an egomaniac. Sean loves himself some Sean, but he's a good coach. And the best thing for Bo Nix, honestly, is that he's got continuity. He doesn't have to bounce to a new play caller. There's a door-to-door salesman at my door right now. I can see out my window. Should I go talk to him? Maybe he'll convince me to buy whatever he's selling. Have you ever once in your life bought something from a door-to-door salesman? Ever once? I've honestly never once bought something. Ever. I had a dude come to the door the other day, and he just wouldn't go away. He wouldn't go away. I was trying to be polite. I was trying to be kind. I finally just shut the door on him. Kind of felt like an asshole after, but hey, dude, I told you I wasn't interested. Cool. So 2 points to the bad guys, and they get the ball. I don't know if you noticed there, but with the new rules, now they actually kicked it off on the safety rather than punt it. Yeah, starting defense is out. Malcolm Roach, who's had a great camp so far, and he's fun out there, man. Malcolm Roach doesn't shut up. He yaps also, but he's fun. He's a trash talker out there. And honestly, I like it because he brings a really good energy to practice. So now the question is, does Sean pull the starters on offense or not? Mac Jones, he might be the next Sam Darnold. He might go to the 49ers and do a little football rehab, find himself a new home next year. That didn't hit the ground? I thought that definitely hit the ground. No? I'll take it. Just as I said, Mac Jones might do a little football rehab. He throws an interception. No, that's clean. Nice play by McMillan. Hey, McMillan's a pretty good football player now. I know he got beat earlier in this game, but he's a pretty good player, and he's going to do his best to hold off John A. Barron at that nickel corner spot. All right, starters are still out there, as they deserve to be. So RJ gets away with it here, but keep your eye on how many times RJ Harvey tries to bounce this ball outside. I watched it in training camp. He does it almost every single play. He's going to have to learn how to run within the tackles now. He gets away with it, and it's a nice run. It's never a bad idea when it works. But I'm telling you, he's got a bad habit of bouncing that ball outside more than he needs to. Can Marvin Mims take the next step this year? That's the question, right? Sean Payton got creative in the way he used him last year, did a good job of scheming up ways to get him involved. But can Marvin Mims evolve into an every down wide receiver that is not just a gadget player? They really need him to. I do like RJ Harvey. I know I was criticizing him for bouncing the ball outside too much, but I do like him. He's an impressive specimen. Convert, Bo. Convert, Bo. Good protection. God dang, man. Go for it. Bo tried to just touch pass that a little bit too much. He's got to put some oomph on it. Watch how he just tries to drop this in a bucket. I don't think it was a great idea to throw that ball to Franklin either way. All right, 4th and 5. Can you do something? Okay. Good ball. Good catch from Troy Franklin. Not the best ball from Bo Nix. Good enough. I'm telling you, Troy Franklin's had a nice training camp. He's been wearing those lime green Oregon cleats all camp. Probably get fined for wearing them. Be back. I'm going to go get my food. All right. I'm back. See, right there would be a pretty good example. There was a hole right there in the C gap for RJ Harvey to run through. And if you look at it, he predetermined he wanted to take that ball outside before he even saw that hole in the C gap. And then he actually tried to bring it in. He should have ran right between Powers and Bowles. Eventually tried to get there, but it was too late. Again, get your ass downhill. Don't make a bad play worse. There's nowhere to go. I got it. Put your head down, lower your shoulders, and go gain 2 yards. But definitely don't try to bounce that ball outside and make a bad play worse. Actually, there was a great hole there in the A gap. Take that ball downhill, dude. They got to get that out of him. I warned you. Sometimes I'm a genius. Now what? Do we go for it on 4th and 9 again just because it's preseason? Bo's throwing some bad balls tonight, boys. Lucky to not have a couple interceptions. How about Shedeur Sanders last night? Did you guys watch him? That was a hell of a debut for Shedeur. Man, he had a lot of pressure on him. He had to deliver. And he knew the haters are going to hate no matter what. They're going to say, oh, he's going up against Carolina, worst team in the NFL. So what? Big whip. He did what he had to do. Honestly, he looked better than I thought he was going to. He looked calm. He looked comfortable. I mean, I'm not sitting here telling you that Shedeur Sanders is going to be, he's guaranteed to be a great quarterback because he had one good preseason football game. But I honestly think that one preseason game was enough to show what a joke it was that he slipped to the 5th round. Now, I could have gone without his boombox interest, blasting his own music in the tunnel before the game. He'd been doing a good job of just being one of the guys, telling Dion not to come to practice, just fitting in where he could. I didn't love that part of it, but whatever. I guess you get what you get with Shedeur. I must be on the San Francisco. I am on the San Francisco broadcast. I'm seeing Northern California casino commercials. Well, what are you guys' thoughts on Bo Nix? I'd imagine the starters are done for the night now. You'd love it to be better, but send me in your thoughts. Give me a grade 1 out of 10. Give me a grade 1 out of 10. Send them in. You give Bo an F. He gets a 2. Bo is a 1. I give him a 1. He was a 1. We got another one. So far, we got all Fs. F minuses. I don't know if you guys have been listening to my show or not, PhD, but I've been keeping it real throughout training camp. Bo has not been great. He's had a lot of bad days out there. A lot of really inconsistent days. It feels like every day out there at practice, he would do a few good things, but he would just do a few bad things. He has not had a special day at training camp yet. Excuse me. Not worried, though? Oh, yeah, Nick Wright is going to have a field day on this one. That dude is the ugliest dude on TV, by the way. I got some allergies. Bad. So Mac Jones' night is over. Nick Wright does not know sports, but he does know TV, unfortunately. And he knows what gets him paid. Sup, Michael? Good to have you with us. I say keep the starting offense in. Don't pull them out till they do something good. I'm old school like that. You got to earn the right to take the helmet off in preseason. All right, what about the defense? Grade 1 out of 10 on the defense. I'd give the defense a 7. Oh, my sketchy website's getting sketchy on me. Defense gets a 3 so far. 6. They scored too easy. Yeah, I was probably a little generous on the 7, if I'm being honest. Nice little return there for Courtney Jackson. I don't even know who the hell Courtney Jackson is, but congratulations to Courtney Jackson. Who the hell is Courtney Jackson? I haven't even noticed him out of training camp. Sean's kept a bad offense on the field in preseason game before. Remember what he did with Russ Wilson? Almost seemed like punishment. Doubt he does that to Bo. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, listen, despite the fact that I'm frustrated and angry, the right thing to do is probably to pull the starters out. I'm being a little bit facetious here, but the last thing you want is some stupid injury in a preseason game. Even if you go out, see, here's the thing. Even if you go down and have success on the next drive, you keep the starters in, it's not going to do anything to make you feel better about the night. You're still going to feel crappy. Let's just hope we get out of this thing healthy. Sean Payton's talking big. They got to back it up come week 1. Yeah, you're right. That's my thing. Like, I don't really understand why Sean Payton has been talking so loud. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable. First off, I don't think this team is as good as Sean Payton thinks they are. I think they're a good team. I mean, I think they could be a playoff team. But Sean Payton said he said he's had 6 teams previously that he thought were capable of winning a Super Bowl, and this is his 7th. Like, really? We're talking Super Bowl already? Now, if our defense is as good as they're supposed to be, they'll give you a chance to win a lot of ball games. So that's the good news. And then really all you need is mediocre offensive play. Yeah, Sean's not going anywhere, bud. All right, let's see how Steady does. Up. They're all scrubs. The best athletes in the world, and they're all scrubs. That was a throw from City. J.K. Dobbins didn't get very many carries, did he? That's interesting. I don't know if it means anything or if it just simply means that they're trying to get the young guys as many looks as they possibly can in preseason. But I really think J.K. is going to be your day 1 starter. Maybe I'm wrong. I still like me some Jaleel McLaughlin. All right, Steady. Can you convert a 3rd and 8? And he does. Steady does what Bo could not. Converts a 3rd down. Boy, we had 2 dudes wide open on that. Kroll was wide open also. How many plays behind am I? I know I'm behind. Yeah, I would say we ran the ball a lot. We weren't overly effective running the ball. RJ Harvey had a couple nice runs in there. He had a couple bad reads where he tried to bounce it outside, but we definitely attempted to run the football. I think the running back room is going to be J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey, and Tyler Bidet. I think you're going to have to make a tough cut on Jaleel McLaughlin, and I like me some Jaleel, but I just feel like Sean Payton really has got a soft spot for Tyler Bidet, and that Audric Estime is the odd man out also. Oh, here we go. Shedeur Sanders looked better than Bo. Steady, the check down king. Hey, sophomore year slump's a real deal now. I've seen it a lot. Ooh, could you guys hear my fart? I just farted. You might smell it through the microphone. What? I can fart if I want to fart. My dog smelled it. He perked up. Farts will never not be funny, Joe. I don't care how old we are. All right, commercial. My dog wants a walk, but it was so freaking hot today. I didn't do it. You know, to be fair, the offensive line was not doing him any favors in training camp, so he was forced off the spot a lot. Let's just hope he's not already seeing ghosts out there. Oh, never trust a fart. You know that, Lurker Troy. Never trust a fart. I like that, Jaleel. I like that, buddy. See how Jaleel gets downhill? RJ Harvey's got to do that. That's a pretty weak. He did have his hands outside, but it didn't impact anything. Uh-oh, we got a sack. I haven't seen it yet. Does Stiddy have a missing tooth? Yeah, you had multiple offensive linemen get beat on that one. Right tackle with a terrible set. Palczewski's got to do better. Third and 15. What you got, Stiddy? Oh, let's run it. Let's run it, Stiddy. Let's get there, Stiddy. Jarrett Stidham with the wheels. Take that, Patrick Mahomes. Gosh, I like me, Glenn McLaughlin. For a little, oh, that was bad. That was Bidet. Well, that was a good run by Bidet. I love how those guys get downhill. Can you guys see the difference? Run game doesn't suck. The runs have looked solid. The last 3 or 4 runs have looked solid. That was a good run. 5 yards in the NFL is a tough run. Oh, that's why you said the run game sucks. I keep forgetting I'm behind. Yeah, that run sucked. Trent Sherfield's got to get downhill. Palczewski gets beat again. He's leaning. As an offensive lineman, anytime you see an offensive lineman lean like that, you know you're going to be in bad shape. You got to keep your shoulders out of it. Watch. Learn something here. Watch your right tackle. Watch how he leans. I'd relax on the Sean Payton hate. This is a preseason game. They didn't game plan for it. Yes, it's a vanilla offense. No, they don't even have everything installed. No, they're damn sure not going to show their good stuff. Every coach is vanilla in the preseason. It's hard not to overreact, but definitely don't overreact to preseason football. You spelled relax wrong, bro. I'm jumping off the cliff. I'm not jumping off the horse. I'm going to jump off the cliff. It's been a good run. Pick that. I'm going to hang with you guys here another couple minutes. I'm going to get out of here at halftime. I'm about done with my preseason action. Bob, what's up? I was literally just texting you to see if you wanted to go get a cigar after this. Oh, you're in Fort Worth? You moving in? You going back to college? 15-second update for Bob. Bob wants a 15-second update. Offense was hot garbage. Bo was Bo toxic. Defense got ran over on the first drive. These are our starters versus their backups. There's an interception. So our starting defense got marched down the field on the first drive. They settled in on the second one. They pulled our starting defense. So starting defense got 2 drives. Starting offense got 3 drives. Bo was bad. RJ Harvey had a couple nice runs in there. But for the most part, it was a really disappointing first preseason game for the starters, considering the fact that we were playing our starters and the 49ers were playing their backups. I think I went over 15 seconds. Fred Warner's the reason why Dre Greenlaw came to the Broncos, by the way, because basically what Dre said was I could stay in San Francisco and I could be Scottie Pippen, or I could go to Denver and I could be Michael Jordan. It was a good decision. I mean, he was going to be buried as the number 2 guy there with Fred Warner at all times. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think Tyler Bidet is going to be that third running back. You know, you're going to carry Michael Burton on this team, so he's a fullback. And anytime you carry a fullback, it's pretty unusual to carry 4 running backs. So there's going to be tough competition there for that third spot between Jaleel McLaughlin, Tyler Bidet, and Audric Estime. I don't think Audric Estime has a chance. I do think Jaleel's got a chance. Jaleel's just got something different, man. I know that RJ Harvey's fast, but Jaleel's electric. And if I were running the show, I probably would choose Jaleel McLaughlin as my third running back. But my gut tells me, just listening to the pressers, listening to the way that Sean Payton talks about these running backs, man, he talks about Tyler Bidet all the time. And if you remember back to last year, Tyler Bidet was on the injured reserve the entire season, well, after that Jets game. And then come the playoffs, Audric Estime was actually a healthy scratch, and they activated Tyler Bidet off of the IR. So I know that Sean likes him. He's got a soft spot for him, but I'm rooting for Jaleel McLaughlin to be the third running back. I'd be shocked if they carried 4. If they carry 4, that probably means you cut Michael Burton. But Sean Payton's always had a fullback on his team, so I don't think that he's going to cut a fullback. But Michael Burton's going to be like that 53rd guy on the roster, so they're going to play games with him all year long. Whenever they need an extra defensive back, they need an extra wide receiver, whatever it is they might need. Michael Burton's going to be one of those guys that probably gets cut 3 or 4 different times throughout the season, but they tell him, hey, we're cutting you this weekend. Don't pack your bags. We're bringing you back on Tuesday. So, you know, when you're a veteran, you're okay with that because you're happy to just stick around. And what they even might do, they might cut him before the first regular season game, because if you're a vested veteran, meaning you got 4 years credited service, and you're on the day 1 active roster for the opening game, then one time in your career, your salary is fully guaranteed. Whereas if they don't have him there for week 1, if they cut him and they bring him back for week 2 or week 3, then they don't have to guarantee his salary if they cut him at any other point of the season. Appreciate all you guys that are watching here, hanging out with Mount Polumbus Speaks. If you're new to Mount Polumbus Speaks, hit that link in my bio on X, go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. That's where my content lives. I put out at least 2 to 3 episodes a week. All my content lives on YouTube, and I don't always live stream on X. So if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any of my content, make sure you hit that link in my bio. And I just realized that I'm an idiot, and I have not thanked my title sponsor, Safeway, yet. Thank you to Safeway for being the title sponsor of Mount Polumbus Speaks. They've been with me for a long time. I couldn't do it without them. I apologize to Safeway for not getting this out until now. But if you don't have the Safeway app on your phone, make sure you download the Safeway app. Order directly on there. Skip the other delivery service apps. You're going to save a boatload of money. They make it super easy. They save your orders. So what I do is they save my order from last week. I add 3 or 4 items. It takes me 5 minutes. I can either pick it up in the store. They'll deliver it to my house. It'll be there in a blink of an eye. Safeway Fresh Foods, local flavors. Make sure you download that app today. Crushed it. I would appreciate it, though, for all of you guys that have not subscribed, if you would go over to YouTube and hit subscribe. It'll take you 3 seconds. I'm trying to grow that channel, and you won't regret it. We have a good time. We got a good community here. We all hang out. We get interactive. We've got a lot of comments tonight. I love all the comments that have been rolling in. You guys make it easier when you guys get interactive with me. Stiddy having a very typical backup QB performance here. He's taking all the safe options, not really pushing himself down the field. All right, can you convert on 3rd and 5? And he does. Nice throw, nice route from Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant is the new toy for Sean Payton this year. Went out on a limb for Pat Bryant. Drafted him much higher than most people thought we were going to. Sean Payton's got a type at wide receiver, man. He likes big physical guys. We've got Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, Devon Vele. We got 4 or 5 wide receivers that are all big physical studs. Oh, did Evan Ingram not play in this game? I didn't notice him out there. If he did, he didn't do anything. I'm guessing Evan Ingram didn't even play. Good to see Vele get involved there. Vele's been really quiet in training camp so far. He was banged up the first few days of camp. And since he's been back, he's been unusually quiet. I had really high expectations for Vele this year. Dean, don't you throw a green toy at Sean. Did you see there's betting odds on what color the next one's going to be? You can literally bet on the color of the next one. Hey, how do they sneak those things in the building? You ever thought about that one? Clear bag policy. Where are they putting those suckers? Ingram did play? Good. Back it on up, boys. Why make it easy? Hey, go follow Sophie Cunningham on Twitter, though. She's a good follow. She has fun with it. I'm going to guess. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Somebody on defense messed up. Just going out on a limb on that one. All right, boys and girls, that's my cue. I'm going to jump off now. I appreciate all 1,000 of you guys that are hanging out on the various platforms here with me. It's been good hanging out with you guys. I love how interactive you've been. I'm going to put out a post-game report at some point. If I don't get it out tonight, I'll definitely get it out tomorrow. So Mount Polumbus Speaks will be back with you guys soon. Again, I'd be super grateful if you'd subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Links in my bio on X.